Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of DIY Buddy Guy. Today I'm working on a Makita brand demo saw, and someone gave this to me to try to fix for them. When I got it, the pull string was broken. This piece was missing completely. Another video will show how to rebuild that. And they said it wouldn't run. And a lot of times if you listen to this backstory, even though someone may not be tech savvy about what's going on with a piece of equipment, if you have a good working knowledge, you can listen what they're saying as the symptoms and piece together some clues to help you troubleshoot and diagnose. So what I was told was, obviously, the pull string broke, which is an indication that someone, it's repeated starts. And they said it ran really bad. They didn't know why, but it ran really bad when it did run. So the first thing I did was I took it apart to get to the spark plug here. And when I got it, although the spark plug is gray and ashy now, when I first looked at the spark plug, it was wet and black, and that's an indication of being too rich, flooded, the carburetor dumping too much gas. So what I did was I went and looked at the carburetor, and down here on the side of it, which you can't really see all that well, but down there you go, there's a couple of needle jet screws, and they were backed almost all the way out, and then the one underneath it to hold the throttle open was falling out, and someone had opened those screws all the way up, kind of like a valve, and it was just dumping gas into the motor, which is why the spark plug here is black. So I cleaned up the spark plug. I tightened the screws. I turned in the screws, the idle adjustment screws, the high and low idle on the carburetor, and just as a standard practice, if you gently turn them in till they seat, just barely seat, you turn them out 1.5 turns, and you can count with a screwdriver 1.5 turns, and that's generally a good reference point to start. So I did that. I cleaned the spark plug, I put it back in, I turned the screws until they gently seated and backed them off 1.5 turns, and after replacing the string, I gave it a rip, and the machine started, and it ran halfway decent. So a little bit of fine tuning with the high and low idle, I got the saw running, and it worked out pretty good. So again, just listen to what people say to try to describe the symptoms. That'll help you troubleshoot and narrow down the situation. And then you just look for some obvious stuff, and the machine will always give you clues. Like case in point, the color of the spark plug. This is what a healthy spark plug looks like. It's brownish gray and dry, and that means it's complete combustion. It's burning pretty good and hot, and all the fuel's being spent. If it's like white and ashy, that means it's too lean. If it's black and wet, it means it's too rich. So you want to look at the clues of the machine. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.